That's better. Hello everyone, how are we all? Good evening. How is everyone going? Welcome along. Welcome back to Southern Cross Station. How you doing, Caleb? Nice to have you here. John, welcome along, mate. Chinook, how are you? Good to see you, as always. Shubs, how are you? Nice to have you here. Chris67, g'day, g'day, g'day. It's almost like I scripted this, but I told you. The video title said there was a deer in the driveway, and there's 2, 4, 6 deer in the driveway. So I didn't lie, they are there. Oscar, how are you? Good morning. Welcome along. Hayden, how are you? Nice to see you. G'day, g'day. Got a new phone today, Caleb. That's most exciting for you. Chubs, my day hasn't been too bad. We're going on holiday tomorrow evening, so it's been a bit of a hectic evening trying to get things packed tonight so we don't have to do too much tomorrow, but going away for Easter, which is going to be nice. Looking forward to it. Steve McCarthy, hello. How you doing? And Pakira, how are you? I don't know why I go Pakira, but I don't know how you, just the way I say it. But yeah, we've got some deer. It would be better if they were, wouldn't it be better if they were kangaroos? We talk about it every time. That's not the deer you're all here to see. Look at this deer. Introducing the 4045 sprayer. Now, for those of you who didn't catch the live stream on Deer Creek on Sunday, this is by Northwest Mods and Edits, and on Sunday I said he was trying to get permission from a couple of modders to release this because he's, while a lot of the work's his own, there's a few parts from a couple of other modders, including custom modding. Well, pleased to announce that this should be released over the weekend, so PC players only, but I had it on good authority today from Northwest themselves that all the permissions have been sought and gained, and it should be out on the Facebook page. So I've put a link for that down in the description if anyone's not on Northwest Mods and Edits. So I thought what better thing to do than have a play around with it tonight. So that is one thing we have got. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you may also notice something else. It is May. Now, if you remember last episode, we were sitting in autumn, and it was, what would it have been, 6 months from May? November? Well, I discovered some magic today. Have a look at my calendar. Look at this. September, October, November, spring, December, January, February, summer, March, April, May, autumn, June, July, winter. We have got the Southern Hemisphere. I'm pretty excited about this. I'll figure this out today. So I'm just going to jump to my monitor and show you what we did. So let's start off here in the environment. There's one line here at the very top of the environment. So anyone can do this on their map. All you need to do is put a negative value in the latitude for the map. And the game can tell you that you're in the Southern Hemisphere, and it corrects the dates. So I was so excited when I found that. You would not believe. Someone suggested it on actually Farmer Klein's Discord. So that we are now able to have the calendar aligned to our seasons in the Southern Hemisphere. So very, very excited for that. So, who else has just joined? Mustard Seed, good evening, how you doing? Dazed, how are you? Big congrats to them, they should give the mod hub a go and see what happens. Yeah, maybe they will, I'm not sure what their plans are. I haven't actually asked. But yeah, should be good. Good fun. At least for those in the PC world, you'll be able to get it anyhow this weekend. So that's that. Now the other thing I did want to show you before we go and do this, right, we're going to jump into the K200 here. I'm just going to disconnect the trailer, leave that sitting here. If you remember last week as well, we were having issues opening the cover on this trailer. Well, I did a little bit of research on this as well and figured out why. So, let's get back in here. It wants to reverse. That is horrible backing, but we'll find the connection in there somewhere, I hope. Maybe not. Oh, my controls are laggy tonight. Get back in there. Here we go. So, last week we couldn't open the covers, but we can. Now, so again, anyone who wants to fix this, this is another easy fix. I'm going to bring up my monitor once more. So if you go into the K200 XML, if you do control find and find a cover, there's this line down here. Those lines of code there. If you delete that and then just save it, it fixed it. Got rid of it. doesn't have the option for the cover. So I think that's what was blocking it. That's fixed it for me anyhow. So anyone who's interested, go in there, find those words there, cover. I know it's got this toggle cover here, so you could probably delete this whole section of animation as well. Back things up first, people. I'm not, don't need to tell you twice. Make sure you keep things backed up so that when you, if you do change something, you can undo it, just in case you make a mistake. But that's the fix for that, so we can go back to using this truck to haul our trailer around. Scott Page, kia ora mate, welcome along, nice to see you. Good evening. Dace converted you to a spud farmer. It's good fun, eh, Mustard? Yeah, FSG and I had a blast with it the other night. We just need to get into the larger packing and doing all the sorting and everything like that. We haven't quite ventured that far yet. We'll see what happens. Right, now we're going to spray. We're going to get some fertilizer, liquid fertilizer put on our field. So we've got this field and the other one. Let's just have a look on the map for those. Field number 14 here. If we go back across, so we can see it needs a dose of fertilizer. Field number 3 needs some fertilizer. Our plough's still running up here on this contract on field 16, so that's getting done. Cultivating, sorry. You can see it doing its work. That withered, looks a bit dirty in the brown, but that is, there we go. You can see that's ploughing, it must be on its third pass. So once we've done our spraying, we're actually going to pick up a couple of fertilizing contracts as well. Field 1 and 15, so we'll get those done too. And we've also got our grass that we need to, what we're going to do with that, we're going to make hay, weren't we? So we need to ted that and windrow it and everything like that. So, let's get this sprayer off here. Now, actually I was going to hold those up, I'm going to do it with a bit more space because I think we might have to load on this side from the trailer. Farmer Simulator 22 guy, hello, welcome along. White Dragon, good evening, how are you? Nice to have you here. William O'Sullivan, brother from another mother. I'm doing well, mate. How about yourself? Nice to see you. Right, let's get that turned off and let's go and see. In fact, you know, I think we're going to have to leave this on because I think we do. You hear there, we've just turned the pump on for this trailer. We need to have that running to be able to get our fertilizer pumped into the sprayer. So let's see if we can hop into it from the side. We can. Perfect. Now my wheels reset. No, I still. Let's make this a little bit wider. Oh, what have we got hooked up on? It's like we're caught on the front of the trailer. It's no good, is it? And go. No. And go. Ah. Alright. We'll just cheat to get this off. Might be better backed on. Let's see if we can find where this is. Oh, please don't tell me it doesn't have a collision on it to grab things with. Maybe it doesn't. I've had this problem before. Alright, let's try it a different way. True. Let's cheat this way. See what happens. It's probably going to throw its toys now again. Come on. Come on. Alright. Next option. Drive the truck out from underneath it. What, are you going to tell me I can't even drive the truck out from under? Oh my goodness. It's all going pear-shaped. Alright, I do know that there is a collision on this. This is a good start, isn't it? I can't even lift that up. We might have to reset this. Funny, I drove it on and I was playing around with it all the other day. Absolutely no problem. Setting it all up and it worked just fine. Anyhow, we'll do this. We'll put our store delivery point. Ah, is it strapped down? You geniuses. That'll be it, won't it? What a rookie. Absolute rookie. Where are we? Up in there. Peter, White Dragon, Lifesavers. Egg on face me. That's an FSG mistake. Hello Raymond, welcome. Nice to see you. There's an FSG mistake. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Right, let's get pushed up here. So that was a good test that the vehicle straps on this trailer, this is the Permas modding trailer. You can download from Simply Safe Mods, the sprayer support, and comes with the spray deck. That is good evidence that it works. Right, now I think, do we have to hop in here again? Turn that trailer back on and get some spray done. There we go. Right, must be done already. That didn't take long, very long. I like that you guys are... He's not even here to defend himself and you're still calling him out on the mistakes he makes. Alright. There we go. Alright, we now have fertilizer. Certainly was a rookie area, Scott. I'm going to blame being tired and it's been a long few days and I need my holiday. I need my weekend off. Looking forward to having a few days away with the bar now and not doing much. Very nice animations on this. We were looking at the hoses, the way the hoses all flex in there. It's very cool, very nicely done. And we can, since we're in there now, we can lower this down. We were spraying in corn the other day, so we didn't want to have it lowered right down, but tonight we can. Oh, Scott, how you doing, mate? Welcome. Nice to see you at some stupid hour of the day for you. Or has daylight savings made it a little bit more palatable? So what time is it for you? It's probably even worse, isn't it? A floating deer there, hanging out. Levitating. Right, let's just double check that our fertilizer's going on, because that'll be the next mistake I make. For some reason I couldn't fertilize in this growth state. No, we're good. Incendiary, how are you? Welcome, nice to see you. We forgive you for your rookie mistake, we know you more coffee and Jesus Lord. Tara, how you doing? 4:14 AM, Scott. You are keen as mustard. Appreciate you making the effort to get up and catch the stream. My question is though, did you get up on the likelihood I was streaming? Because I didn't actually schedule this one until about an hour ago. I wasn't sure how I was going to go for time. I'm trying to finish off a couple of videos because I'm away the next few days, and I just wanted to have a couple of videos that will come out over the course of the next few days. We've got a Spectacle Island queued up, and I've just finished another Elk Mountain. That will be queued up as well. So just a couple of things to tide the weekend over. Nice to see you, Tara. Hope you are doing well. John Lass, g'day. How you doing? Welcome along. So very nice sprayer. It's not as big. It's not as big as the 4940, the custom modding one. I think it's got a 120 foot boom. This one was, oh, I can't remember off the top of my head how big it is now. But this size farm, it's actually probably going to be the perfect size, I reckon. Actually, we'll show you in this shop. Let's have a quick look while we're just here. There it is there. It's 36.6 meters, whatever that translates to in feet. Still quite a big boom then, isn't it? A little bit smaller, that's 48.5 for the Rubicon, which is massive, but the same size there as the Berthod, I can't remember how to pronounce it, never ever figured it out. But in the shop, you've only got a couple of options, which is nice. I don't think you really need anything extra on this. So there's base capacity, which is just the single tank. You can then add additional tanks, which takes it to 6,000 litres from 4,600. And your wheel, you have an option on the wheels, which is the narrows or the wide tyres, obviously depending on what you're spraying. And that is pretty much it. Headland management and GPS are both third-party mods, so, well, not, you know, not part of the mod. They're applied to anything. So very simple. Very simple and straightforward, but does what it is advertised for, and does it very well. I was saying to the guys today when they said it was going to be released, I said congratulated them on having the first modded self-propelled sprayer in the game, and perfect timing with precision farming due out next week. $7.15 over in Aussie. 9 foot, just gone 9.15 here, so. Scuba Steve, good evening mate. How you doing? Pleasure to see you, as always. Alright, now I didn't set up any GPS on the other side of the field, which was a little bit silly of me. I think I dodged the trees then, didn't I? I can't remember if they've got collisions on them or not. Should we go test it? Let's see. Well, the main boom does. Let's just see if those little tips have got collisions on them or not. Yep, looks like the whole boom's got collisions. Yep, how far am I from end? Oops. There's still a little bit of distance there, isn't there? Yes, they do have collisions on them. Now I'm stuck. You got me stuck, dazed. Make it your fault. Crash times 2. It's not a crash when I'm doing it deliberately to demonstrate something or test something out. I reckon it was just your eyes deceiving you, dazed. Alright, let's turn some GPS on along here, do a quick course. Oh, on this heading? Your master plan paid off. Didn't we talk about that on the weekend days? I'm sure that came up. But yeah, it would be simulate break off. I know some models in FS19 did have that feature. You should just be able to animate a breakaway, shouldn't you? Up in Brizzy. Good old Brizzy. So how does that put you 3 hours behind us still? Because you were 3 hours behind us anyhow. Have you... You have moved. Because we went back an hour. I thought we were 3 hours behind you over Christmas because you guys didn't do daylight savings. I would have thought we would have been 2 hours now. Speculating, testing the Grapevine printer tech to allow for proper breakaway beams with 2% with Spuds 2.0. Spuds 2.0 sounds great. Looking forward to seeing that hitting the shelves. Calypso Dawson Tobich, welcome along. Nice to see you. Have I just skipped a row or is it actually that wide? No, it's actually that wide. Look at that. Chewing through the field. Valley Boys, good morning to you. Good evening from us here in the Southern Hemisphere. Nice to see you as well. So Queensland doesn't do daylight savings. Yeah. Oh, it's 7:15. That's 2 hours. I can't even do my maths tonight. That's how yeah, 7:15. 7:15 to 9:15 is 2 hours, people. And to think I was trying to help my son do his maths homework last night. Probably not a good idea. Yeah, thank you, Caleb. Thank you very much for pointing out that my maths was completely up the whack. And Brand, kia ora, young Master Argsy, kia ora to you. Welcome along. Actually, I need to learn the good evening. Because Maureena's good morning. My wife would know. I know what good evening is. Is it kia orana? Sure. Borders are finally open to Oz. 4 weeks till I start with the New Zealand. Can't wait. Nice, mate. Yes, they are indeed. Did we miss a little bit? We did. Go pick that up. Yeah, it's pretty exciting, eh? Good to see some tourists coming back just in time for our holidays. Because your curtains might fade. Yeah, don't change the clocks because you don't want extra sun. waiting for the next patch to drop before I send it out for early looks. So, by all accounts, it sounds like there's going to be a patch coming to precision farming, doesn't there? If I've listened to what Giants have said correctly. Stone Cold Aussie, g'day g'day, welcome, nice to see you. Queensland's time never changes. Yeah, so that's why it used to be 3 hours, and then our daylight savings took it back to 2. I was just doing bad maths. Terrible maths, in fact. 10:20 AM for Valley Boy. That puts you in the UK somewhere, doesn't it? Right. Oh, Deere's going to go straight through our truck. Alright. Well, we know that the issue was me being stupid with the straps. Let's back up anyhow. Alright. Do we want to strap it down from the truck? Alright, let's go for a drive over to our other field, and then we'll go and pick up a couple of these contracts. So anyone's actually the sprayer support trailer, I'll show you that in the shop too. If anyone's interested. You can get that over at Simply Safe Mods. It was done by Permas Modding. It's an update for the same trailer he made for FS19. Very nice. Caleb, how's your Farmers Only Club farm manager ventures coming along? They have stalled big time, Caleb. I have had very little time to do any of that actually, which is a bit of a shame. I was enjoying it. It was getting a bit grindy, and when I'm only spending, you know, the better part of a couple of hours a week on that, because I'm obviously spreading my time across a number of different game saves and number of different areas of content, it was getting very difficult just to keep up with it. So I don't know what I'm going to do there, whether I'm going to keep it going, whether I might try and maybe do one a month. I've come to the realization I don't think I would ever be able to sustain being a farm manager on there, just because I think it would, you know, I think it's a 12-day cycle going from 12-day season, so, you know, to get on a farm and do planting and all your crop maintenance and everything else that needs to be done every 12 days would just become too big a burden for me at the moment. But certainly in the way the system's set up, it's a fantastic system. Very good. I assume there would be, I doubt the code for it has been, in front of games since, yeah. Although what I was listening to, the podcast was basically saying that some of the bug fixes, issues that people are still experiencing may be fixed in a concurrent patch with the precision farming update in DLC or whatever, however they're going to do it, whether they push it out as a mod like they did in 19, something you have to download through Mod Hub, or whether it's a hardwired patch that you will turn on and off. Not quite sure. Right, now which is our field? Not this one, is it? No, next one over. You're not going anywhere in a tube of farts, I'll end up getting off with COVID-19. I don't think I've ever heard of a plane called a tube of farts, but anyhow. I do like that. South Wales is where you are, Valley Boy. Nice. Dirty South NZ, how's it going? I'm doing well. Welcome along from the Dirty South. Clean green down there though, isn't it? A lot of you listen to the politicians at the moment talking on about the effects Deere has on ruining the world, or farming in general. I think you think farmers are the enemy. Listen to that garbage. Right, let's get this cranked up. You're not going to download precision farming until the patch comes out. I reckon there'll be one with precision farming, Scott. I reckon. I'm sure that's what they've said. Alright, let's see how far we can get in this field. We'll fill up once we've gone around once, maybe. Oh, you're in Brisbane too, Scuba Steve, so yeah, you know the time. Patch should drop before precision farming. That's what they've done before, hasn't it? They've dropped the patch sort of a... Didn't they do the patch a few days before the Antonio Carrera DLC came out? That would make sense with what you're saying. Good evening in Māori is I'm going to butcher that. Ahia pai? Ahi, isn't it? Ahi pai? I'm going to have to get the professional to teach me that one. Got to get back to work, thought I'll just say good day and leave a like, mate. Have a great stream. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Hope you have a good evening at work, I'm assuming. They said it to be a mod, but I think they might still need a compatibility layer similar to Seasons at 19. True. Through Mod Hub, you've heard. Definitely a grind. I've got the 500k just waiting for the Elk Mountain ANZ server to come online to start the FM side of things. Ah, very cool. I'm loving Elk Mountain. It is such a good looking map. Did anyone watch Mr. Sealy P on the community spotlight this morning? Or would have been evening for those of you on the other side of the world. I haven't really watched any of them in as much detail as I did with that one, but Mr. CDP was someone that I followed from right early on because I started playing on console, and I just thought it was a really genuinely good interview with him. But they were talking about his favourite maps. It was just interesting. Obviously he doesn't, being a console player, he doesn't get the opportunity to experience a map like Elk Mountain, but very interesting to hear some of his views. Question: when you start a new map like No Man's Land, what would you do first to make money? Well, the obvious one on No Man's Land is to go and cut some trees down. Dominic, thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate that. Greenhouses seem to be a very popular way of some early money, because obviously you only need water for it. So once you can build a greenhouse and get a water trailer, they seem to be a good source of a continuous income without too much input. And then probably silage, doing something with silage. Technically all you need, in the way FSG and I did it when we started No Man's Land, we actually turn some GPS on while we're going down here. We just had a front mounted mower and a pickup wagon, and that was pretty much enough to do silage. We didn't need a windrow or anything like that. That seems to be the common way to make money anyhow. Gus, where is the sprayer from? So this sprayer is, hopefully, I have been told, will be released this weekend. It is by Northwest Mods and Edits. I have put a link to their Facebook page in the description, so you can go and give them a follow and keep an eye on when they release it. They will only release it through their Facebook page. If you see it anywhere else, it won't be the original one, so make sure you go and support them. They've been big supporters of the channel. They did the custom Super Duty Ford for me with the logos put on it for us. Did it for FSG and Kadurk as well. So yeah, big respect for the way they manage their mods and things like that. So yeah, go and check them out. Hey, Pleasant View Farms, how you doing? Good morning to you. Oh, you're doing an FS22 video for your channel. Ah, there we go. Makes more sense. That sort of work. Fun work. I hope it all goes well, mate. Raymond, when is your call up for Giants? Who knows? Unfortunately, I don't think the Oceania market is a big one at the moment, and there's probably a number of people in the pecking order in front of me. About this time last year when FSG went on the Farm Sim show with Clutch and DJ, there was not so much a petition, but there was some suggestions I should have been on there sometime soon, but that hasn't happened, but no doubt it might be an opportunity at some stage. I'd love to, if the opportunity arose to get onto a have a chat with some of those guys. It'll be a lot of fun. Alright, keep that pump running so we can get in here and top this up. You're not touching out mountains for the update. I think that's probably a good idea too, actually, Scott. Hey Jason, how you doing? It was a great interview. Wish you could do more live streams. This will be an interesting chat. Yeah, I agree. He's certainly an interesting chap. Let's jump into the cab. So I installed the headland mod on this, but I haven't actually headland management, but I haven't actually used that. I've never set it up, so I don't actually know how to do it. No, I haven't even bothered. By the way, good evening to you. Now, Jason, actually, now you're here because you sent through the crop planting information to me. I was showing people earlier, right at the start, but I've figured out how to change the dates for the southern hemisphere. So spring's in September to November, summer's December to February, autumn March to May, and winter June, July, August. And it is actually surprisingly easy. You could do it yourself on any map if you wanted to. And if I just jump across here, and this is for anyone else who didn't see it, in the environment XML, which is in the map file, there's a latitude up the top. All I had to do was put a negative in front of it to tell it we were in the southern hemisphere. Like easy cake. And likewise, anyone who's got the K200 and wants to get the cover working, go in there and find this line where it says cover and cover configurations. Delete that. I've deleted it out of my one, and it all works. No dramas whatsoever. Yeah, very cool. No worries, Valley Boy. When's the map coming out? When is the map coming out? It's back in with testing. Stone Cold Aussie. That was the last update we had from Hocks. It had failed on the new map tester, which he didn't have when he uploaded it. So that came out, then failed, and so he's corrected everything. It's back with Giants. Seems like they're getting on top of the testing list a little bit. The number of mods and the testing days seems to be going down a little bit, which is good to see. So hopefully we're not too far away from at least seeing it on the testing list again, and maybe going through testing, which would be nice. The K200 is a great truck. I really enjoy it too, and I was pleased I took the time to have a look and figured out what the issue there was with cover to be able to get it working. Right. Are we turned on again? We are. Off to the races. Am I a fan of Tui Bear Scuba? No. Would not be my first choice. I only live about a half-hour drive from the world famous Mangatanoka brewery. The home of Tui. And we've been over there a few times. We went there for a mate's stag do and a few other things. And that's a bit of fun. Damien, thank you very much for the subscription. Appreciate that. Is console ever going to get an Aussie map, Braith? This map is hopefully going to come to console. It's in for testing. The intention is for it to be released on console. So every time I've streamed on it, I've said that there seems to be no reason it couldn't be on console. It's got everything. It uses a lot of the standard Giants buildings. There's no branding or anything like that. There's no scripting. There's nothing special in it that wouldn't allow it to be on console. There's no extra crop types, any fill types or anything like that. So there's a good chance it will be there. Just cross your fingers and toes. Tom, how you doing? Welcome along. Polycount Taz, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. I was very excited to see Polycount Modding's Facebook page today with the John Deere mower making an appearance. Even more excited to say it's got more coming to it. So a lot of speculation on what it's going to be, Taz. A lot of speculation, but very excited to see that. That'll be cool. Hope you are doing well too, mate. Nice to have you stop in and say hello. It's been a few streams since I've caught up with you. Good documentary on how Holland tractor is made. Is that right? Where's that? I've just, because we're going away, I've just been downloading a whole lot of Amazon movies on Amazon Prime so I can watch them while we're away. It's different things. Actually downloading the Shane Warne documentary. Way too easy, eh, Jason? Yeah, it's a piece of cake to do that. Hey, thanks, Taz. Appreciate that. Is that on a 909 or a 610? Who's working on a 90? Is actually, that might be what Northwest Mods and Edits are working on, I think, at the moment. Bear with me while I tab out and go and check their Facebook. There's a link to it in the description as well. So the Northwest Mods who have made this. But I know he is working on a truck at the moment, and I'm sure he said it was a 909. Is it? Oh, 990, sorry. Yeah, no, 990, not a 909. It's close. Right numbers, wrong place. Oops, and I've just closed my chat window. I'm back. And there you all are. Spates is the drop of the gods. Gods with low standards, Caleb. Spates, I used to drink lots of Spates as a student. Bank Sinatra, sorry I missed you there, mate. How are you? Good to see you as always. No, don't do that too early. We're going to end up with a drink. Actually, do we have a strip down here still to do? Let's see. Where are we? We're up here. We do. Just one more strip. No worries, Braith. Amen. Go dirty south. I mean, I should expect nothing less, should we? I'm doing well, Taz. Doing well. Looking forward to a few days off over Easter, to be honest. A bit of a break from the computer screen, bit of time away with the family. Gonna catch up with, well, spend the most of the weekend with my extended family, my brother and his family, and my sister and her family, and mum, dad. Be good. All right. James's Bike Workshop, how are you? What did you miss? A little bit of spraying. A brand new sprayer that is coming to PC hopefully over the weekend. What else? I managed to figure out how to change maps for Southern Hemisphere. Let's top this up before we hop into the... Oops. Crash counter. Whoever said crash counter earlier, there you go. That one would have been one. Second thing I miss the most since I've moved to Oz, second day, fresh seafood. Good Kiwi beer, yeah. Estelle Leclerc, good evening, welcome. On YouTube called Free Documentaries. Ah, okay. Actually, know where, is it, perhaps... I'm just trying to remember the one that I've got from Umbrian Valley, whether that's a 99. Have I got that installed on this save or not? No, I haven't. Nope. Right, let's get in here. Let's turn that pump off. It's the truck, not the pump. Get that ramp rolled up. Now I'm going to find out it's the field next to us that one of the contracts on. Let's have a look. Sarahan, welcome, nice to see you. Hope you are having a good day, good morning, afternoon, evening in your part of the world. Field 1 and Field 15, so let's accept those two. So I think we'll do these two fertilizing contracts just to have a bit of fun in this, and then we'll go get our hay we mowed last time all raked and rode up and get it into some bales. Don't they usually have the sprayer facing forward? Quite possibly, Gus. Quite possibly. I just wanted to show off my backing skills. It would probably make sense to have it facing forward. Easier to drive it on forwards and back it off, I'd imagine, than backing it off. Backing it on and driving it forward. I've lost my train of thought. Field 1 and Field 15. So, Field 1 I know is this one down here, and 15's over there. Right, we'll go down past Field 1, and then go do 15. Shots fired each their own. Yeah. Acquired tastes. Acquired tastes. Actually, what was the... Oh, I didn't see that stop sign. Did anyone else? Just trying to think what the Spate Summit, actually, I quite enjoyed that when I was younger too. We might actually be able to do both of these fields without having to top the sprayer up, so save us running the truck all the way over there. You'll notice I have not once since forgotten to undo the straps. Is it just me or you streamed quite early today, Args? So it's 9:40 PM my time, Taz. So I've started doing a Wednesday evening stream my time for the Aussies and Kiwis that are in the community mainly. Obviously it catches Europe and the UK mornings and some crazy souls who are up at stupid o'clock in the US. But yeah, it was kind of a way as the community's grown and I've had more and more support from around my neck of the woods. I thought let's do a Wednesday night stream at this time. But yeah, normally my original streams on a Sunday morning / Saturday night would have been more 7 PM-ish, 8 PM your time rather than this. I don't have access to this land. Don't be silly, I do. Here we go. Spate Summit Ultra. Yeah. On forwards, there's more chance of getting a broken windscreen. Also, it's just a driver's preference. Yeah, now where did I, what was it I was watching? I was interested to read about, was it Welker's? No, it was, the Corn started loading their combine up to take it to a farm show, and they talked about which way to load it. It was the tractor, actually. They put their tractor with the LSWs on the back of a truck, and they wanted to put it around a certain way so that the air cooler intake wasn't having the exhaust from the truck blowing straight into it. It's things you know, when you think about it, makes complete sense, but to the uneducated or the without thinking about it, you probably wouldn't have even thought about that. And that's the same thing as well, Jason. The smash windscreen, obviously less chance if you're facing backwards. Almost 1 PM. Perfect time then for you to have some lunch and catch a stream. Call it stupid o'clock, I call it the best time to enjoy some... Ooh, reading chat and crashing into fences. The best time to enjoy some nice music because everything's quiet. Fair enough too. Good thing you read the description. We was just about to ask about the Australia. We're in Australia, but we're driving a sprayer. A sprayer in Australia. Yes, Northwest Mods and Edits Banks. Fingers crossed for this weekend. I had it on good authority. That was their intention. They were needing to get a few permissions from at least Custom Modding, possibly one other modder who they used some parts off, and they have said they have got all of those to be able to release it, so very cool, very good to see. It'd be nice to see something like this in the game for PC players at least at this stage. Not sure if there would ever be done to console, who knows. Hello Kevin, welcome along, good evening to you. Good afternoon to you was probably more appropriate. Hope you are doing well. I'm working night shift, so it's between sleep and nap. Fair enough. Alright, now the real challenge starts because I didn't put any GPS on. Whoa. We get many Aussie beers over here? Not really. Just the you know, Victoria Bitter and Foster's and probably by 4X somewhere. What else? Oh, Cooper's. Definitely get Cooper's, I know that because I bought some for Bathurst, watching Bathurst a couple of years ago. A couple of bottles of Cooper's just for the lulz. we've got New Zealand's got a massive craft beer market now. Just everywhere you turn now, just about see a different craft brewery. Look at that, 60% complete already. I want to just say how nice it is to have a nice stable connection and not have those dramas we've had in the last previous few weeks. It's nice to be able to sit here and not be stressing. I honestly got flustered with that, and I would get hot, you know, sweaty. It just frustrated me. It's nice not to have to worry about that happening again. Touch wood. Just jinxed it. We're probably going to have a power cut again or something like that, like we did one other night. Alright, probably got a horrible overlap on that, but let's not worry. How are we looking? Yep. Oh no, I haven't got enough of an overlap. We'll get sacked by the farmer for doing a job like that. I haven't put the wireless link in yet. No, Steve. I've got a Cat 6 cable running between the house and the shed, so it's wired. Oh, that's atrocious. Start knocking that wood. Where's the folder you got to change the season? Is the setting is in the actual map file, Shubs. So you need to look in the map. So if it's a mod map, you need to look in there and find the environment.xml. Now, the map itself has to have that environment XML. If it's a map that's been made to rely on the in-game environment and doesn't have its own environment XML, your options are to either try and add it into the map yourself, which should just be putting the XML into the correct folder and changing one line of code in the map XML. And alternatively, as you go and change the default environment XML to be Southern Hemisphere if you wanted to change it for every game you played. Assuming, of course, that they are using the default one. Sounds complicated. It's simple once you get your head around it, and if you've spent any time looking at mod folders and where all the shared data and all that sort of carry on is, it's pretty simple, but it can sound a little bit daunting. I'll show you where the file is in this map when we finish this field. Jump across to my desktop and show you. What map is it, mate? I've got it installed. I'll go have a quick. In fact, I will have it properly installed because I've got just about every map. Good morning, FSG. Spraying is going well. I have not made any errors that could be attributed to the type of thing you would do. And chat, don't say anything to the contrary or I will time you out. I'm doing well, mate. Doing very well. Greenlands. Okay. Let's go and have a quick look for you. Let's do it this way. So if you're in a map, so for example, let's open Elk Mountain and have a quick look. So, of course, Wyoming maps, US, and there's the environment file. So this one's got its own environment file. If it didn't have its own environment file, you normally would go and open this XML, and it will see that line there, tells you which environment file it's pointing at. So this is pointing at maps US, environment.xml. If it was pointing to one of the default ones, it'd be pointing $data. And so in this case, Elk Mountain uses the default field ground XML. So that code there, that line there, you just need to change to map wherever it is you're pointing, and that would fix it. As well as changing, obviously, the environment XML, and that's that one line there. It's the minus 40.6. But if the map you're using doesn't have an environment XML, that's where you'd have to copy the default one, put it in there, and then change that value. Sounds simple. It is very simple once you get your head around it, but just obviously the main thing is make sure you back things up before you do it. cough, something happened, cough. Dazed. Shush. They're keeping me on my toes, FSG. I may have tried to drive the sprayer off the back of the trailer without unstrapping it, and was trying to use super strength and all sorts of things to get it off. I disconnected the sprayer deck. I tried just about everything I could, and then someone, smart people in chat, suggested actually unstrapping it might help. And then about 5 people said this is the kind of thing FSG would do. Close enough. There we go. Yeah, I just saw it went yellow there for a brief minute. You rock up and Argsy's internet breaks. Yeah, I saw that. I did see it go yellow, but it's calmed itself down pretty quick. Alright, let's go and do that other field. I think we need to go back out on the road, so we'll run this down the road and do it this way. It looks all green again. I did see briefly that it was yellow as I was busy explaining XMLs. I reckon it was the stream was going, this isn't farming, what are you doing? You're not a coder. Don't tell people how to do this because they'll break their game and you'll be responsible. Aussie Farming, how you doing? Nice to see you. When's this map getting let out? As soon as Giants have tested it and they're happy to let it go to the wild. Until then it is in their hands. I know it is back in the testing queue. I haven't seen it on the testing list. I do check every day. This map and the potato pack by Dazed was one of the two things I was always looking for. We don't have to worry about the potato pack anymore because that has been done. Did I actually finish that contract? I've driven away thinking I had. Did I actually do enough? I didn't even do enough to finish it. Oh, look at that. You guys distracted me too much. Oh no, there it is there. I did finish it. I lie. Here we go. That's the cultivating one that's still going 90%. That's right, there with not selecting the right tool. Just about. In your system soon, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, look at these hoses. I was showing people before. The hoses when it opens and closes. It's the way they flex on the junction there. Very nice. Don't know whether Forward Ag had any hand in that, but it looks like the type of handiwork. And we're not on the right field now. Sure, this is the one we had the contract on. 15. Oh, next one over. Will it be for all platforms? Indeed it is, Cillian. Or the intention is, Cillian, that it will be for all platforms. That was Hocks' objective right from the very start when he did this. Of course it was all platforms back in FS17 when it was part of the competition then. There you go, we're working next to our New Holland, which is running around that field. Very nice, very nice. That's a bit better, we're on the right field now. What are these? Cotton or potatoes? Potatoes, is it? No. What's this fit crop? Oh, cotton's turned off. Why? There's cotton. You just found another FS Safe Game Manager to make switching mod folders easier. What's that one called? Taz? I use the SGA one. And it seems to work a treat, which is the old PB Tools. But now called SGA. Some Gamers Alliance mod switcher. And it works really well. We'll look at it and get it done. No worries, mate. Are you on Discord, Shubs? If you're not, jump into my Discord, and if you have any problems, you can abuse me there and tell me I broke your game. Or you can ask for some help and I'll try and do the best I can. This is one thing I really like, this map, this old disused rail track. Very cool. It'd be nice if the final release actually had a train on it. I'm not sure whether he's added traffic or not. I think that was on his list of things to do. Here and there, sweet, yeah. Well, if you have any issues, hit me up on there, and I'll send you FSG's way, and he can pretend like he knows what he's talking about, like he normally does. There's another one called FS22 Companion. Yeah, cool. So that's the one you've just found, or have you found another one on top of that one as well? I never used it in 19. I had my own system where I just renamed my mod folders. I had one that was called, they all were called like FS19 mod folder, and then I had the game saver named after it, so I'd have FS19 mod folder Southern Cross, for example. And so whenever I wanted to use that folder, I would go in and just take Southern Cross off the end. Whichever one I'd used previously, I'd add the correct appendix onto. So it's like if it's 9 I'd add Calmsden on it, if it was Calmsden or whatever. That was always my way. Matthew Strode, how are you? Nice to see you this morning for you. This evening, obviously, in my part of the world. I hope you are doing well, mate. FS22 dashboard by Farm Wrangler. Yeah, it's one I haven't heard of, Bundy. Lots of different options. Actually, it's amazing. If you start exploring GitHub, there's a lot of things out there. I found one the other day that I haven't actually tried out yet, but was hand pruning vineyards, grapes. I've downloaded it, I just haven't had a chance to, haven't taken the time to have a play around with it and see how well it works. But that one sort of, as much as it sounds like it'd be very labour intensive, which it obviously would be, thought it'd be pretty cool just to try out and see if it worked or not. Meant to be working, but playing FS instead, so going well so far. Well, it's just got even better if you're playing FS and watching a farm sim stream instead of working. So what you're doing with your folders, mainly the Farmers Only Club one? Yeah, it's really really important to do it with multiplayer ones. Because if you update a mod that's not updated on the multiplayer, it can be a bit frustrating trying to extract the correct mod back out and making sure you've got the right one. But here we go, contract complete. It's gone pretty well. So good test of the sprayer. Obviously handled everything as you'd expect. Thrown at it, we did put 60 hectares on it on Deere Creek as well. There we go. So we can watch those hoses fold up here on the end. Lovely. So good. See them flex on there. Pretty impressive. I haven't yet, Raymond. It's been interesting. I was actually saying to FSG when we were recording No Man's Land the other night. I've had a lot of people comment on my video I did of automated grapes using auto drive to say, I wish I knew about this months ago, but now Courseplay does it. I'm sure we're going to go back to the farm. We could have gone that way across the river. We'll go through town. Yeah, but no, I haven't tried Courseplay on grapes. I've been meaning to give it a whirl, see how it goes. I always thought that the technology they have for scanning fields should be able to scan a, you know, and detect islands, and that should be able to scan a spline and detect it. So I've obviously managed to implement that, which is pretty cool. What I really want them to get up and going is the loading, like wheel loader, front loader loading option they had in 19. I'd love to try and get that running on Elk Mountain with Terrafarm and see if it works or not. Done hand printing in real life and you take a machine any day. Yeah, done plenty of things in real life where a machine would make things easy though, haven't you? We've all could say something about that. I think when you get your money, I'll be getting FS22. Highly recommend it, Valley Boy. Are you a PC or console user? I got notification today that PlayStation has a 25% off FS22 at the moment. I know Xbox has had a sale on, I don't know if it's still going or not. PC had, but that's ended now. Of course, if you are a PC player and you're purchasing anything Giants related, make sure, if you'd like to, there's no requirement to it, doesn't cost you any more, but go through the Giants store and use the code Argsy Gaming, and you help support the channel, help push us up to become a bronze partner. We're almost there, just about there, which hopefully will give us the chance to get some early access to some of the other bits and pieces. Alright, well, that all went exceptionally well, I must admit. Once we managed to figure out how to take the spray out off the back of the trailer. But it is a fantastic mod. Highly recommend when it drops, hopefully this weekend, like I said. Get in there and give it a whirl. It's certainly going to fill a void that is lacking in farming sim at the moment. You got it to work with coarse plough and grapes once and then couldn't recreate it again, so I wasn't sure what I did wrong. Yeah, I'll have to have a look because I've been thinking maybe it's something I could do a video on. Are you using full steering wheel and side panel setup? I am using PlayStation controller and keyboard most of the time. I do have dual joysticks and I use those with some of the excavators and things like that. I have got some dashboard which I always forget to set up and do anything with. And I do have I've got a steering wheel, but I have had no luck getting it to work. It's an older one, and it was really noisy when I did try and use it, so I've been contemplating trying to find another one. Something with some force feedback, not so much for farm sim, but for sim racing. I'd like to get a force feedback wheel. But the PlayStation controller does just about everything I need it to, and it's what I'm familiar with, having, I would say, grown up playing PlayStation, but people would argue whether I've grown up, to be honest. Be considered to try grapes olives if we would have cheaper machinery pull behind harvesters. That's the main thing, isn't it? It is very expensive to get into. You're on PC, Valley Boy. Well, there you go. Make sure if you do choose to buy it, there's that option there to use that code on Giants. One thing, you can set it up through Steam if you use you can add it to Steam once you've installed it. You do have to install it through Giants, but you can, once you've got the DLC, like you can actually buy, so start again. If you've got the Steam version of the game and you're looking at getting some of the DLC, you can buy that from Giants. You don't have to get that through Steam as well. Of course, playing AD work on Western Aussie was amazing. It amazed me, actually. Oops. There was some times I would sit there and just watch it all work and just be in awe of it a little bit, thinking, wow, it's actually doing what I hoped it would do. And there's other times when it just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do, and I'd sit there banging my head. I think there was a few times I'd restart recording episodes, but some of those took a long time. Literally, I think some of them were 5 or 6 hours of actual gameplay just to get a field done. I'd leave it running and just walk away and hope that auto drive did its thing, forceplay did its thing, and most of the time it did. Like how the grill gets the dirt and grass in it just like real life. Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? It would look very good. Oh, it's a bit of an aggressive turn there. It's all used as a PS4 controller and a keyboard. Yeah, I mean that's what I pretty much default to, Scott, and it works perfectly. It's good for loader work because I've actually, the other thing I've got, get to a stop, I've got the back buttons here. This just plugs in and you can program it, and you can, maybe might not be able to see it, but you can program those to be any of the other buttons. So I've got them set as R1 and R2, and it means I can use the R1 and L1, sorry. So it means when I'm doing loader work and you need to use those for controlling the loader arms, I can still use the accelerator and brake on R2 and L2. So it frees up a finger. Thoughts about the first FS22 DLC? I haven't looked at it at all really, Taz. I think there's I think when we might have talked about this the other day. Oops. Got caught on the cable under the desk. I think it has... They had to do something to expand on the, their new crops, so I can understand why they've done that. It seems to be a good range of tractors, but they're pretty one-dimensional in what they can and can't do. But yeah, like I said, I haven't even looked at it. Grape harvesting on foot could solve the expensive machinery equipment. Yeah, I'll have to re-explore that that mod I found and see actually where they got to with that. I don't know if it had harvesting on. I thought it might have just been pruning, but they may have had harvesting, or that might have been updated. It was through GitHub actually, where that was. Let's have another look. Just the cost of planting the grapes is prohibitive too. Like FSG and I were looking at doing it on in No Man's Land, but just, to put any decent amount of grapes to make some money off, well, you only plant them once. In all honesty, we're not going to be playing 5 or 6 seasons on that map. We'll probably move somewhere else sometime. That just doesn't make sense to do it. 4,000 plus farms and hours on a mouse and keyboard. Impressive, mate. Impressive. Valley Boy wants you to jump on Green Valley to help. Yeah, Green Valley's going really good. I've been so stoked with how that server's been adopted by the community. It's very cool to see. And with Legion just signing in there, g'day mate. Plug the Elk Mountain one as well. Although that's gonna, is that gonna get, you can update that mate when the new map, when the updated version comes out. Use control as keyboard. I think it's much easier than G29. I think it's just the immersion thing. I'd like to do more. And I like when you're in here and you're using a controller, the steering is like real jerky when you're going around a corner. I just like how, like you can hold a steering wheel like that, but on a controller it's a lot harder to hold that fine control. TC Agri, catch you later mate. Thanks for hanging out. Do you remember how that mob was called? I'll have a look after the stream, Taz, and I'll send you a message on Discord. Flick me a message now, mate, so I remember. Send me a message and just say hand pruning grapes or something like that. Grape mod. Send grape mod to me and I'll remember to fish out and find out where the link was for it that I found. No, Huber, hello, how you do? Is the map coming to console? I hope it will come to console. It's in with testing for Giants, and Hocks' intention, the map maker, his intention is for it to be on console, and there's no reason it shouldn't be on console, so we'll just have to wait and see if Giants pass it. It's in their hands really. Not much more anyone can do, unfortunately. Hey Jen, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. When the new one comes out, you'll update it. Cool. Should look at the servers. I'm finding getting on FOC is hard as only play at night. Farming at night is not good. Yeah, go and check it out, mate. There's got the 3 set up there at the moment, and you're welcome to drop in anytime. Mouse and keyboard are great for everything except steering. I couldn't believe that the FarmSim guy pulled out the mouse for loading with that forklift on No Man's Land. That's super impressive. Did the test now to see whether he's still here listening or not. And accepts my compliment. Oh, Mark's going to look at putting a new map on the 3rd server. Ah, cool. Was that one of those, what was that map that came out recently? I know you guys were talking about. wheel and pedal seems cumbersome for racks with just like sit back in your chair, farm and watch Netflix or something, not having all the gear in front of me. Yeah, that's the one thing I'd find hard is how much space a wheel takes up in front of me and reaching around it to get to a keyboard and all those kind of things. Like at the moment I've got a pretty crowded desk anyhow. Some dashboard and 2 joysticks and a keyboard and all that sort of stuff, and it's just nice just to pick up a controller. Something nice about it. Captain Kiwi, how are you, mate? Nice to see you. Some baling tonight. And then we are just catching up with that. We've done a lot of spraying actually. We've got a lot of liquid fertilizer on there with that beautiful John Deere sprayer you can just see parked over there. We've just finished that off and carrying on with the hay we mowed last time, getting that all ready to, whatever we do with it, leave it on a trailer like we have with the rest. I don't know what we'll do. How's the weather down our way? It's been windy this evening and this afternoon, but we haven't had any rain, so I don't think it was meant to get this far south. I think we just had the wind warning. Getting the tail end of the cyclone getting across the North Island that came out of the tropics and hammered New South Wales, I think it was again, or was it Queensland, got some flooding again out of that. You like the sheep pen? That sheep pen's cool. The only thing I wish it was just a little bit bigger. There's actually 3 of them there, Valley Boy. It's on the mod hub. How did I turn the tractor over? On No Man's Land, I clipped the, I was going too fast and got I'll blame a little bit of lag. I clipped one of the greenhouses on the way past. Where do you get the map? It isn't released yet, Aussie Farming. It is in with Giants for testing at the moment. This is a pre-release version that the map creator Hocks has provided to me, which we did a bit of a map tour on a wee while ago, and we've just been using it as a bit of a stream with the Aussie and NZ crowd and a few hangers on from Europe and the States here and there. Hopefully it's going to get through testing not too far away. It's been through once, it failed on a couple of things which has been sent back, and it's now waiting for testing again. That's all I can say at the moment, unfortunately. All the news I have on it. That sorting rating could be a cool mini-series on YouTube Shorts. Get a bunch of other YouTubers, man. Do you know, actually when I did it and I started commentating on it, I thought the same thing. I was like, actually that's kind of cool. We could have a little competition here. Get people to judge it. Judge your stacking. It's actually funny because in Kadurk I was watching his video on Westby and he had a bales versus, was it farmer versus grass challenge with his bales going in the trailer or not. He had a bit of a scoreboard for that. Kind of made me chuckle because I'd already done that for No Man's Land but hadn't released the video yet. So, great minds think alike. You find it hard to load with a mouse and keyboard FSG. He did do great. He would have been using a wheel for his driving. That would have just been the mouse for the forklift, but still credit to him for doing that. Tom Ryan, g'day to you. Welcome along. East Coast doing it hard. Yeah, I've been swamped really. Excuse the pun, but I've had a rough 6 weeks, haven't they? Will it work on FS19? Sorry, Valley Boy, what were you? What are you asking works? Sorry, I've lost following too many conversations at once. In your town in Western Australia, we have enough rain to last us until the end of seeding. Oh, that's good, mate. Pleased to hear that. There's some very happy farmers. Cover all of Asia, sitting in Hong Kong watching while ploughing on car. Oh mate, Arcady Blue, welcome along. Thanks for Thanks for joining and thanks for sharing where you are. It's good to know. Good to know. Fingers crossed. No, exactly. Yep. Keep your fingers crossed that it passes testing for console. It will be a very popular map. You've been playing Elden Rings again a lot this week. Great game. I've watched people, I've seen a few streams of people playing that and it just doesn't capture my attention, but I've never really got into those kind of games in a huge way. I was meant to be recording a video on Monday night and then I got a message from a couple of mates asking if I wanted to play Apex for a few hours, so I ended up spending the whole night doing that and just completely flagged doing a video. Which means there'll be one less while I'm away over the next few days than there would have been. But it was good fun to catch up with them. I find it hard to find times and it's nice to do something different. But I actually realised when I got this WinRAR, it's the same one we were using on No Man's Land. Nice little setup. Not able to change the environment XML. You're not able to change it, White Dragon? You'll have to unzip the map. That's the one thing you do have to do, is unzip the file to be able to change it. And then rezip it. All back up. I'll look to, maybe I'll see if I can do a video on it, or maybe another live stream. I'll go through and we'll walk through the steps together if they're interested people on how to do that. One of the things I had actually considered doing tonight was doing a recording an episode of Deer Creek or something like that, but actually, you know, I would obviously have to pause talking to chat for a little bit while I did some of the voiceover type stuff, but while I'm doing, you know, capturing a time lapse or a montage or something like that, actually just chatting to you guys. And something I thought of doing, one to have a live stream and two to be able to get a video together, but I just wouldn't have had time to edit it anyhow, so it was kind of a moot point whether there'd be a benefit doing it. The sheep pen, will it work on? No, it won't. There is some good open pasture ones though on Boo Farmer. I think did some nice ones for 19, which I'm using on Spectacle Island at the moment, which is obviously still on FS 19. They were very cheap for $5 or something. Stream Apex. No, I couldn't. The banter's too much on that. You can imagine a couple of mates just getting together and chatting. It's it would definitely have to be an R18 stream, and even then I think would be bordering on some inappropriate conversations. Got to be done sometimes to keep things sane. Yeah, I agree, mate. Absolutely. Or you know, I could just come up with a series and an episode where I only need to record one video a week and do a couple of live streams, and you know, that's all I need to do, like the big successful YouTubers have. AFSG. Hope everyone has been watching FSG's survival on Elk Mountain and is as captivated as everyone else is on it. He is doing a amazing job. I think, you know, hands down, one of the most captivating series I have ever watched. It's funny because I've always thought, you know, having watched Daggerwin do a survival series and all, you know, his survival stuff and all that sort of thing, and I've heard others talk about it, I thought, I wonder if you could ever do a movie and farm sim, and I was like, nah, there's no way you could ever do it, but I think FSG's proven it could be done. You were smart enough how to read it, how to write it, and came up with something. You do a feature-length movie. Perhaps that's a challenge we should set. Argsy After Dark. It'd be after dark and muted most of it. Farm sim community shootout Modern Warfare Apex would be fun. Would be. I've thought about doing that with like a sim racer or something. I know FSG with his sim racing stuff. Having a fastest lap challenge or something like that would be fun. Holden for life, g'day mate. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're doing pleased to see a few Holdens on the podium over the weekend in Melbourne. Pause in and think who won the last race now. Who did take the last race out? Where are we going? Baler. Always do enough to dark stream like FSG's Monday streams. Could do. Could do. Oh, we're still putting the stand away and we're driving. I love that animated stand. Bit slow, but excuse me, but cool all the same. Question with courseplay: when I forget to clear a current course and close the game and load back in, it's still there. Is there any way to clear it after you load back in? Missing out on other content, are you? Yes. You go into, I probably won't be able to do it in here. There is a way you could do it. Can't remember exactly how. In here, I think if you've got a course loaded, you can clear course. I think I load that course. Sorry, I've got to go there, load course and activate. Then you can clear current course when you're in here. Go in and clear current course, and it'll be gone. Bloody Jeb. Hey, man's a pest. Oops, unfold it first. Listen to all those sounds. Again, that's something Mr. Silly P commented on about how good the new sounds are in 22, and I honestly have to agree with him. I think it's the most underrated aspect of the game. Need more episodes of FSG in Wyoming, one to binge watch, especially now it's Farmflix. After seeing the Farmflix intro again this morning, I actually remember there's a Farmflix YouTube channel that does real life farming videos in case they come across. You better keep an eye on that. Funny. Good to see Holden on top. Good to see a Kiwi driving a Holden on top. What you mean, isn't it, Holden for life? And then he's gone and caught the COVID. So he can't race in the 6 hour this weekend. Which I can imagine he'd be filthy about, because he loves getting behind the wheel of a car. First time rallying and he comes second in a national rally championship in Aussie. Undeniable talent, that man. I'd love it if he was still racing against Scott. I wish Scott McLaughlin was still in the series, because I think it would have been one of the last season and this season could have been one of the best ever if he was still around. Can enlarge the map in your own way. I'm talking about the fields. There's probably some fields you can plough together. Have a look at the map. You know, some of these fields up here you could plough together. There's kind of ditches and things like that through them, so it's probably going to be a little bit hard. In fact, those are probably the only ones that would be very easy to merge, but you could use landscaping tools and level some things out there if you wanted to. Mostert won the last race. There we go. He's in a Holden too, isn't he? Not all bad. Artist Unknown Argsy. I just pulled up to my car park in Auckland CBD and there was an old Massey Ferguson parked a couple of cars in front of me. It was quite a sight to see an old tractor with the city as a backdrop. That would be funny. It's not, I can see I was driving down our one of our main roads in town here the other day and there was a big class forage harvester going the other way heading into town, but that's not at all uncommon for us being in a rural town, rural city. Wouldn't trust Jeb as far as you could kick him. Jeb's misunderstood, I'm sure of it. Valley boys, thanks for hanging out, mate. Nice to have your company. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll catch up with you again soon, no doubt. Sounds are great. I'll suggest doing undoubting it to listen to a live stream with headphones but not watching it. Do you want me to go silent for 5 minutes, Legion, and you can have a bit of ASMR? Some ASMR. Look, I'm going to go quiet. We're going to do a whole lap of this field. I'm not going to say a thing. Turn it up. You'll be able to probably put you to sleep doing that, won't it? Where am I based? I'm in the Manawatu. Artist unknown. About 10 minutes out of Palmerston North. Courseplay finished work. Oh, there we go. We must have finished out of the contract. Ploughing, cultivating all done, haven't we? Perfect. Finally got liquid fert spray animations working on a potato plant. A few hours of work for an animation almost no one noticed. I trust you it will be noticed dazed. If you were applying it without, if you had a nozzle or something and it wasn't applying, you'd notice it. It's kind of like the anhydrous on a anhydrous running anhydrous in a sprayer. Like obviously you wouldn't do that, but there's no spray animation for anhydrous, so it looks silly. Scott's message was alright. Chinook. Scott had a message that got held because he was saying that Jib was a jerk. Or thereabouts. I love how FSG's created these characters that are so divisive and the community is sort of... It's not really a... We don't have a... what was the vampire movies? Twilight. We don't have a Team Jacob and Team... whatever the other guy was. Do we? Edward and Jacob. Gosh. I don't even have a teenage daughter to blame that on. You think your safe game on Elk Mountain is corrupt the soybeans that cannot harvest after skipping 2 months after the ready harvest time? Did you plant them late in the growing cycle because they still need to go through the right number of growth? So sometimes if you've planted something later on, you won't be able to harvest it straight away. You'll have to wait for it to effectively go through the right number of periods or phases or whatever you want to call it. I've had that happen on Deere Creek where you think, oh, it should be ready. Or for example, our potatoes on No Man's Land, we planted those 2 seasonal days apart. So the first field was ready, but the second one wasn't ready. Just keep an eye on that. That might be why. You clicked the wrong button. Oh, that's the right one. There's no nozzle, but the animation is in the right place. I really wish Giants had a prefab spray nozzle. Do they not have a prefab one? Yeah. FSG might have more controversy than Game of Thrones. Oh, that's something I haven't never finished watching. I got to it late, came to it late, never started watching it, and then never got past about the first series and got sidetracked by something else. Yeah, they were already in the ground when you bought the farm. I can't help you on that one then. The only thing, there's a mod, the growth stage mod, where you can see what growth stage they're on. Maybe try adding that in and see what growth stage it says they are at. Because you could find that they're at growth stage 5 of 6 or something like that. And the little pop-up box can click circle with a line through it too next to the start button. What are you talking about there, Strody? Sorry. Oh, you're talking about... sorry, you must be a little bit behind. You're talking about this, aren't you? When you've got a course. Yeah, that goes back to the question that was asked a wee while ago about clearing the course. Legion, mate, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Nice to have your company as always. We'll have to catch up sometime. Hope you have a nice Easter if I don't talk to you before anyhow, mate. Hopefully you're back home with the whānau family over that time. Right, where am I going now? Let's jump out of here. How many bales do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to get 10. How much more do we need off these? Not too much. As long as the ending's better received. I was going to stop for that one anyhow. Clear the course, yeah. Sorry, you forgot you'd paused earlier. No worries, mate. I've done the same thing, and I'm watching it without realising I've ended up a minute or two behind a stream, and I'm like, what are they talking about? I can't comprehend what the chat's different to what's being discussed on what's being discussed in the stream. Bizarre. Right, done. Easy peasy. Oh, we've got 2 to eject. Pooping out bales. There we go. Yeah, cheers, Legend. Thank you, mate. Might try that. Got to go to bed for work in the morning. No worries, White Dragon. Yeah, I'd give that that growth stage mod a go and see what it says. What baler am I using? This is the Big Heston baler, which I haven't lifted up the pickup on. This is by 4D Modding. You can get it from the website. It's not a Mod Hub one. But they had this in FS 19 as well. Very, very nice baler. It's massive, big baler, but it does a good job. And they just some nice details, like the block of wood there. Look at the stand as it goes. It's a block of wood there is temporary. Everything else drops out. Very cool. Still new to farm sims, so I get confused with some stuff easy. Hey, no worries, Chubbs. We're here to help. See stuff on streams and you have to go and have a look. I do too sometimes. I'm like, how did they do that? I didn't know you could do that. And so I have to go and figure out how it was done or something like that. Alright, let's go get some bales picked up. We'll just run these, we'll load them and won't worry about putting them on the truck because the truck's full pretty much. What's the tank on the unloading bit on the baler? That is for, I think that's for molasses, or is it for mineral food if you're making silage bales? I think. Heaps of options on it. Heaps of options. But we come down here, silage additive tanks on the back. That one there. Yeah, so if you're doing silage bales, you can put the additive in and get the increased yield on that. GBN, hello to you too. Where did you get the map? As Chinook has said, the map is still in testing, Connor, so this was given to me by Hocks 23, the map maker, where we did a map tour on it a wee while ago, and we've just been live streaming on it. As for the baler, 4D modding on their website, which is through, I can't remember, they've got a weird, is it Air Agriculture or something like that? I can't remember exactly where it comes from, but something a little bit different. Where are we going to stack these? Put them on one of the, stack them down the side of one of these sheds. Made use of them yet. Once. Let's do some first person stacking, see how I go with this. Run through without running any sheep over. Thanks, got him. Makes it hard to see where the forks are. I need the real cab view mod added. Make things a little bit easier. Where are we onto that? Oh, need to move it across just a touch. It's a bit better. There. I've done this before. Oh, there's a gap. They made a gap for us. Parting of the sheep. As a Kiwi, you're super excited for this map as well, and yes, well, I can't guarantee it's going to be on console, but it's being tested for console, and everything I've seen on the map, there is no reason that it wouldn't be. It uses a lot of the base Giants models for the production chains and things like that. So there's really no reason it shouldn't be on console. How close was I to that side? Oh, heaps of space. Hey Yako, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Always a pleasure to have your company here in a stream. Alright, what have we got down the back? Well, 4. Let's get that one picked up. Should be able to then go straight into this one. Look at that. Oh, oh, don't. Ah, jinxed it. Talk too soon. Got too cocky. That's karma. That's karma right there. Farming simulator karma. Where are my forks? Tipped up too high, are they? Here we go, it's better. I'm doing well, mate. Looking forward, I must admit, to a few days off work over Easter. A few days away from home, catching up with some family, having some time with the kids, and just not doing too much of anything, to be honest. Bale up in front of us somewhere. Oh, we don't run that over. Where are you sheep going? Alright, that's enough first person. Do my head in. Oh. Hey Aussie Wheels, how you doing? Nice to see you again, hope you're doing well. We have been having a blast testing out the John Deere 4045 sprayer by Northwest Mods and Edits, which will hopefully be released in the next few days on their Facebook page for PC players. It was a lot of fun. We got some fertilizer applied to our fields and did a couple of contracts. And then we've tidied up this. You were here last week. We mowed this field last week, so tidying up the grass, getting the bales up and out of here. And we've got a contract sitting that we've finished, and Courseplay's finished doing, but it's still got the notification there for me. Still waiting for this map to come out. I know, when I started streaming on this, I did not expect it to take this long. You know, I don't think Hocks did when he probably sent it to us either, expected it to take this long. So I do feel a little bit guilty, but at the same time, I do enjoy being able to share it with you guys, and give you the opportunity to see it and prepare yourself for when you are able to play it as well. Bloody giants. We'll cut them some slack. It's been commented on a few times lately. They're a small team, less than 100 staff. And I think they've done a pretty good job to self-publish a game with as few issues as it's had. I'm not saying it's issue-free, but it has not had the issues that these AAA games have had lately. So I think Giants need some kudos for that, and a little bit of slack. I mean, we're only just coming up. It's only 6 months this month since the game came out. In fact, it's probably only, we're only just on, let's sneak through the back here, in fact, turn through here. It's probably only a year since we first got the sort of grand reveal trailer, to be fair, with the girl and the father and daughter and all of that. So there's a lot of water's gone under the bridge in that time. Ooh. Crash counter. Oh, I was trying to read chat and back out at the same time. Come on. What are the size of the fields, Yako? The best way to show you this is through field calculator. So they range from, what are we, 3 hectares? The smallest one, 3 hectares, field number 8. Right up to the biggest one, 20 hectares. Oh no, we must have more down here. 22, field 16. It's like 8's still the smallest. 8 and 16. Look on the map. There we go. 8's the smallest, that one there. And actually 16, the one we're at the moment, is the biggest. 378,000. But not popping the area up. Yeah, 62 acres. These ones look bigger because they get purchased together. Yeah. Not bad at all, pretty manageable in a single player game with not having a huge amount of equipment. Alright, one more bale to get. Five months and you've put nearly 1,000 hours in. I haven't actually looked at my hours. Actually looked at the stats don't show the hours, do they? Only for this game. That's not even the stats sheet. Only the saved game, isn't it? 16 hours on this one. I have to have a look on Steam. Alright, well we're done. All of that is done as well. Kim Peterson, thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate that. Let's head over. We'll just park up here. Let's go over and find our other tractor, and we'll bring that back. Where are they? There we are. Good thing this isn't our field because it's not the nicest type of job, is it? Let's bring up that. There we go. The question earlier, that's the one you can clear the course with as well. Gone, no course. Click in there to do your generation and everything. Very handy. Right, do we have, let's go and have a look in our contract screen. 33 grand for that. Taking us as 1.5 streams to do. Name that one. What do you reckon? Do we do another one? Let's go, what's the time? 10:45. Let's go and start another one, and that'll be a good way to finish things off. Which is the closest field to us? We have contracts on 22, 25, and 28. They're all going to be miles away, aren't they? 25, we did harvesting in there. 28, we haven't been in. 22 here. So let's do 28 because we haven't been down there yet. Field 28. Get that. Right, let's go for a drive. Find that one and set that up, and that will be a good point to wrap things up for the night. And Joss, hello, welcome along. Nice to have your company this evening. How do I bring up the other window on Courseplay? So that one's right click on my mouse, or I also have it set up on a on, actually I don't have it at the moment, but under horseplay settings, where is it? It's under the tractor. Open HUD with mouse, activated, deactivated, and then it's this game friendly. How does it? I think there was something for the mini HUD. No, that was the issue. Early on, it didn't have an option to bring it up with the right mouse. I don't like it bringing up with the right mouse. I've actually got it mapped. No, I don't have it mapped on that. I did have it mapped to a key, but I can't remember which one it is now. But yeah, if you have open HUD with mouse, it's activated and will right click. I may not have a keybind on it at the moment. But it's a handy one to have because you can do a lot from it, stop starts, those kind of things. Good one to see. Alright. Let's bring up this. Can we... Let's go and we'll sneak through the back of the... Actually, looks like there's a gate out this way. No worries, shops. Delete key is the default mapping. Yeah, it used to be, and that's what I was trying to press, but can't have it mapped properly. Let's have a look. I did have it mapped to the minus key on my numpad, but I changed that for gear up and down too. One stage. Horseplay. Open mini HUD. There we go. Let's map it to delete. Save controls. Okay. There you go. Set it up to delete now. Better. Oh, we can't get out this way. It's only access into that field. Ah, and there's a fence all up along here. As annoying as that is, I like that. I like that in a farm. You've got to go somewhere to get to your fields. You can't access them all off the road. That's what I'm used to. You've got to go down a lane, a farm track or something like that to get to them. It does make it easier, doesn't it, in the keybinds when you're looking at that split by mods. The other thing I like is when you're in the shop and you can go look at just this one here, and this is all your downloads. So you can go and find the actual mods. So like the Mac grain hauling pack, you can go in there and find everything that came with that pack, rather than having to go and fish through everything. Let's put our blinkers on. You thought it was default insert, that's minus. It could be, I can't remember. I just know I'd changed mine to the minus key for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't have it on delete. I was using delete for something else at the time. Left Alt and H for course play menu. Yeah. Do you have a system to keep your farm organised, vehicles, implements? How do you store those, where, etc.? Not really. Organised chaos, Joss. Depends how big the farm is and how much equipment I've got on it. I think the farm I've probably kept the most organised would be probably West Texas in 19 with FSG. We were pretty good actually about putting things largely away in sheds with planters. We had one shed which was set up for planters. One was for combines. We had tillage equipment was just parked on grass around the edge. We had a shed for trucks and trailers. And then we had the workshop which had a couple of tractors in it as well. And that was probably the most organised we've been. And then all our animal equipment, so, you know, TMR mixers and slurry spreaders and all that were down with the animals. Ha 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 ha. Perhaps I did. Perhaps that was my problem. You can't comment, you weren't even here. It's all hearsay. Speculation. Did you notice how dirty FSG's tractor was though in the outro at the end? It's getting pretty filthy. I also figured out why his had more hours on it. It was literally the 30 minutes that he spent harvesting potatoes while I was down in the shed with the forklift. Literally 30 minutes of that video was the only reason his had more time on it. I think we'll catch the FSG on Green Valley this evening, will we? I think you've got a special green spray you're going to give a try out as well, aren't you? I think we're heading into that field, so it looks like we've got to go down here, over the train tracks, through the shed, past the field, across the ditch. He sits there doing nothing with the tractor running. Ah, man of my own heart, Shubs. Exactly. Organised chaos. I like to have everything easy to move. I don't like to have to move stuff to get to implements in the back, but that is a problem with storage because that's the way it should be. And I know I feel the same sometimes, Joss. I like to try and get to things then without having to move anything, but then equally you see, if you watch YouTubers, we won't go through the shed, we'll follow this path around the outside. If you follow some of the YouTubers and that, they're the same though. They'll have things stacked in and parked and they'll spend half an hour to get one thing out, and then they'll it's almost like a game of Tetris, trying to put everything back into the shed as efficiently as they can. Oh, some anhydrous toolbars as well. That's exciting to hear. There's no need to apologise, Shubs. He knows it's true. Right. 10:53. Let's rip ahead and pass off this, and I think we will call it a night. Get ourselves up to do this next time. Just the FS. Ah, cool. Whose handiwork are who's responsible for those? Don't tell me you've taken some time to do it. Excuse me, nose of the G. Connor Farmer, how you doing? Nice to see you. You've got your Easter show on at the moment. Runs for 12 days straight, so I don't get much PC time until after the show closes. Yeah. Whereabouts are you, Aussie Wills? Are you in Sydney? Oh, it's really annoying me. We went to the Royal Easter Show in Sydney in 2013. Out at the Olympic Park. That was a experience, to say the least. I mean, we've done shows here with similar sort of things with the livestock and, you know, Women's Country Institution displays and all of that sort of stuff, but when we got down into the fairground and those kind of areas and show bags, oh my goodness, they were an experience. Jason Collins, we can't get a hold of the original models to get approval to release. Ah. You were 10 in 2013, were you? Yeah, we had our 2-year-old with us, and we were with my brother-in-law and his wife and niece and nephew, and they were 1 and 2 or something like that, and it was, I wouldn't say it was intimidating, to say the least, just the amount of people when trying to walk around with these little kids and push chairs and those kind of things. Just down the road from where you live. Scott, mate, thanks for hanging, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. But been a pleasure to have your company. It's just down the road from where you live. There was a stabbing there last night, I think, or the night before. Yeah, sucks. Sydney had theirs last week, and a couple of young boys stabbed there. It's sad, it really is. It was sad as it's the 200th birthday for the show. Yeah, that sucks, man. They should be home playing Farm Sim. If every kid was home playing Farm Sim, we wouldn't have these problems with the youths, would we? You went to the Sydney show in 2012 and lost your daughter's favourite toy on the train. Oh no. We had to spend the whole train ride from north of Geelong, not Geelong, Gosford, sorry. Geelong. If it was north of Geelong, it'd be a long trip. North of Gosford, we got to the train, we thought we'd get the early one, it was the direct one through to the show, and we had to sit in between the carriages the whole time, with kids. It's not much fun. Fortunately, on the one on the way back, we were able to get seats, a bit more comfortable. No worries, Connor, catch you later. Hey Fat Rat, how you doing? What have you missed? You had to step away for a sec, not a lot. Not a lot, we just ripping a headland off here, and then we're gonna call it a night. So I wanted to come over and have a look at this field. Haven't been in here before. If every kid was at home playing Farmston, we'd never hear the end of it. It's just coming to cons. Wouldn't it be worth it for a better place though, Days? One on a run, one in hospital, one in jail. I must say I'd commend the Aussie justice system because you guys come down tough on people. Kiwis are soft. You rode the train twice to try to find it. Oh no. Glad you could finally catch one of the live streams. Oh, I'm pleased you could as well, mate. You've caught the end of it though. We're just about to wrap things up. But I'm pleased you were able to stop in and say hello. Unfortunately, it won't be a live stream on Sunday this weekend, or Saturday evening for those in Northern Hemisphere, US, UK, Europe residents. Will be away, but next Wednesday evening, my time, so probably Wednesday morning for a lot of you, we'll be back at it. Whether we're on this map again or not, I'm not too sure. We'll see where we go, but certainly we'll be back in a week's time. Oh, FSG, you still lurking? I showed everyone this right at the start. You wouldn't have been here, but you're off on Wednesdays now, so you should be here. Awesome. Aussies can now travel to New Zealand without having to do any hotel stays. But yeah, that was today, Aussie Wheels. You might be interested. If you have a look at the calendar, it's autumn, but it's May. I found out through some discussions with some people today how to change the seasons to Southern Hemisphere. So, let's get to the end here. In fact, we'll just stop there. I flipped it. Yep. We turned the world upside down. But look at this on the calendar. Everything is around the right way. So, still the same across the top. Everything's still in the same position relative to the season. So, spring, summer, autumn, winter. But we've got things happening on the right side of the world for us. It was easy. You won't believe how easy it was, by the way. We were talking about the environment XML. You just put a negative in front of the latitude. Or give it the negative latitude for wherever you are. And that did it. Easy. Piece of cake. Any idiot could do it, so you'll be fine. And on that note, I'm going to run before I get abused in chat some further. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. Been a pleasure to have your company this evening. Nice to be able to bring you some more Southern Cross Station. Great to be able to show that sprayer off. If you are on PC, make sure you jump into Northwest Mods and Edit's Facebook page. There's a link in the description. And keep an eye out there because I have it on good authority. It will be out in the next few days. So go and keep an eye on that. Lottery numbers too. Sorry mate, not that good. Yeah, but as always, thanks everyone for hanging out. Been a pleasure to have your company this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a great big thumbs up if you haven't already. I'd appreciate the support. But as always, have a great Easter, everyone. Like I said, no stream this weekend, but do enjoy your Easter break. Hope you have a good time with families if you've got some time off and all of that sort of thing. FSG, you have a good holiday too, mate. I know you're going away, and I'm probably not going to catch your stream in the morning. I have some work commitments. But anyhow, take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging, and I will catch you in the next one.